Thank you for registering for the Door County Triathlon. My name is Sean Ryan. I'm the race director and founder of this event. On behalf of my staff, our sponsors, and the community, welcome to Door County. The Door County Triathlon takes place in Frank E. Murphy Park, 15 miles north of Sturgeon Bay and 4 miles south of Egg Harbor. This county park occupies 14 acres of land and features 1,000 feet of sandy shoreline on beautiful Horseshoe Bay. I would encourage you to take a walk through Murphy Park prior to race morning to familiarize yourself with the venue. The north end of Murphy Park features a pavilion where packet pickup takes place, an open green space for triathlon club tents, the permanent pier and beach where the triathlon begins, the park's primary entrance, which functions as the finish chute, and the post-ride festival stage and food tent. At the south end of the park, you'll find the boat launch, which functions as the transition area for the race. The fields across from Murphy Park serve as the parking area for the event. On race morning, all cars will be routed in from the far north end of the fields, allowing the fields to fill from south to north. This means that the earliest arriving participants will have the shortest walk to and from the event on race day. I recommend arriving no later than 7 a.m. on race morning to shorten your walk and give you plenty of time to check in. Maps and race weekend schedules can be found on the event website or in the printed event guides provided to each participant at packet pickup. The Door County Triathlon is a competitive event. Each participant will receive 5 splits, including swim time, transition 1 or T1 from swim to bike, bike time, transition 2 or T2 from bike to run, and run time. Together, these constitute your overall time and serve as the basis for your final ranking. The timing chips are handed out on race morning from the music stage near the pavilion. They are mounted on neoprene Velcro bands, which are to be worn on one of your ankles. As part of your registration, Door County Triathlon is proud to offer its participants free and unlimited digital downloads of your participant photos taken during event weekend. You'll receive an email within 48 hours after the event with a link to find your photos. Door County Triathlon organizers work closely with the National Weather Service and local agencies to ensure our decisions are made using the most current information about weather systems in the area. For the latest information on delays, cancellations, or swim conditions, tune in to FM 106.9 The Lodge on race morning beginning at 5 a.m. I'd like to acknowledge our presenting sponsor, Ministry Door County Medical Center. Ministry supports the event financially and provides critical medical support for the event. During event weekend, you'll see Ministry medical personnel in red golf shirts throughout Murphy Park and on the course. Hopefully, you won't need their assistance, but you should feel some peace of mind knowing they're here if you do. Other major and supporting sponsors are acknowledged on our website and in the weekend event guides. We hope you support them just like they support this event. The primary charity partners of the Door County Triathlon are the Door County Y and the Door County Park System. The event benefits over a dozen other local nonprofit organizations each year as well. If you're new to the sport of triathlon, the transition area is where you'll keep your gear during the race. It is where you will transition from swim to bike and from bike to run. In the case of the Door County Triathlon, the transition area is located at the south end of the park, which is normally the park's boat launch. The transition area will open at 6 a.m. on race morning. You cannot place your bike and other equipment in the transition area until then. Here are some important things to know about the transition area. General layout. The transition area has long bike racks, which are marked with stickers indicating the corresponding bib number where your bike should be set up. You must set up your bike in the space assigned to your bib number. Access. Only participants are allowed inside the transition area. Your bib number, helmet sticker, or bib tattoo indicates your status as a participant. Our security personnel will politely but strictly enforce this. Racking your bike. You should hang your bike facing outward by propping the seat over the tube. Spatial courtesy. Every participant has approximately 2.5 feet of space assigned to themselves. Please be mindful of this and keep your belongings directly below or in close proximity to your bike. Entering and exiting before and after the event. The transition area will be accessible to participants at all times before and during the race. After you have finished the race, you may re-enter the transition area to retrieve your bike and other gear. When you do so, please be mindful of other participants who may still be on the clock and transitioning between events. The Mount-Dismount Zone. When you transition to the bike, you may not mount the bike immediately in front of your assigned space in the transition area. Instead, you should run, leading the bike by the handlebars to the Mount-Dismount Zone. After passing under the overhead sign, you may mount your bike and begin pedaling. When you return, you may bike past the first banner, but must dismount before passing under the dismount sign. Retrieving your gear after the event. When you retrieve your gear after the race, you must display a bib number, helmet sticker, or body tattoo that corresponds to the number on the bike sticker. We don't want anybody trading up their rig at the Door County Triathlon. The first discipline in a triathlon is the swim. This is where it all begins, right here on the beach in Murphy Park. Swim conditions are typically the most unpredictable aspect of any triathlon. Water temperatures at Murphy Park can swing 10 to 15 degrees in a matter of hours depending on wind direction. Most years, the water temps at the triathlon have ranged from the high 60s to low 70s. Surface conditions can change from smooth as glass to choppy quickly. Organizers reserve the right to abbreviate the swim as conditions dictate on race day. For the latest information, tune in to our official radio station, FM 106.9 The Lodge, beginning at 5 a.m. on race day. Each year, we post the Door County Swim Wave order to the event website and on large display boards by the Packet Pickup Pavilion in Murphy Park. Per USA Triathlon rules, we assign participants to swim waves according to their age and gender bracket, and limit wave size to a maximum of 150 participants. The wave orders are as follows. Participants age 50 plus waves go first, in brackets from oldest to youngest. Second, the relay team wave begins with mixed age and genders. Finally, participants in the under 50 age bracket start from youngest to oldest. In terms of who goes first, men or women, we alternate each year with men going first in even years and women going first in odd years. Prior to the swim, participant waves will be called to the start towers on the beach over the public address system. When you hear your wave called, you should make your way to the twin towers on the beach. You check in to your wave when you walk between the towers. When instructed to enter the water, you will walk between the towers and out to the start arch about 60 feet from the water's edge. It is about hip deep in this area. You will then listen to final announcements before an air horn is fired, signaling the start of your wave. When you hear the air horn fired, you can begin swimming. The Door County Sprint Triathlon features a quarter-mile swim in the clear waters of Horseshoe Bay. Participants swim out about 500 feet from the start arch between two yellow buoys and turn left. From there, you swim a straight line to the swim exit, which is the boat launch ramp. There will be approximately 6 numbered orange buoys, which you should keep on your left side as you swim towards the ramp. The maximum depth during the sprint swim is about 10 feet. Each year, the Door County Health Department tests the water quality at Murphy Park and other local beaches to ensure they are safe. The most current information on the status of the water quality at Murphy Park can be found on signs posted at the beach or on the website wibeaches.us. Courtesy of the Door County YMCA, there are numerous lifeguards out in the water to keep you safe. Some are swimming, some are riding on the back of jet skis piloted by Sturgeon Bay police personnel, some are in kayaks, and others are on pontoon boats. The jet skis and kayaks patrol the course. The pontoon boats, on the other hand, are stationary and are used by lifeguards for spotting problems and used by participants as exit platforms. Finally, the Coast Guard typically provides a boat to stand sentry outside Horseshoe Bay and keep recreational watercraft away from the swim event. We're often asked, what happens if I start the swim but fail to finish, either by being rescued or exiting the swim voluntarily? The answer is you must surrender the timing chip worn around your ankle. You may still finish the bike and run portions of the race, but you will have no overall finish time. There is no duathlon division in this event. We also use the collected timing chips to verify that the combined total of participants completing the swim and participants rescued during the swim equals the number of participants starting the swim. Yeah, we like to see that equation in balance. The race provides every participant with a swim cap that has their swim wave number printed on it. Participants must wear the swim cap provided by the race each year. Half Iron competitors must have a wetsuit available, while it is optional for sprint participants. If the water temp is below 65 degrees, Half Iron participants will be required to wear a wetsuit. Per USAT and Door County Triathlon rules, water temps over 78 degrees mean wetsuits aren't allowed. If you wear your timing chip beneath the neoprene wetsuit material on your ankle, you should roll this material up and expose your chip as you go over the timing mats when you begin and finish the swim. If your timing chip falls off or is pulled off during the swim, simply let the timing personnel know as you move from the swim to the bike to the run to the finish. Hopefully they can input your time manually. The swim exit is the boat launch ramp, which is carpeted to make it easy for you to run up and into the transition area. The wide green space is the exit, while the wide blue space adjacent to it is the optional wetsuit stripping area. If you'd like assistance removing your wetsuit, simply step to the left as you go up the ramp, sit on the ground, and our volunteer strippers will assist you with getting your wetsuit off. After exiting the swim, you will put on your bike gear and head out onto the bike course. Door County Triathlon's bike courses feature some gorgeous scenery from throughout the Door County Peninsula. USA Triathlon rules prohibit you from mounting your bike inside the transition area. Doing so can lead to falls and collisions with fellow participants. Instead, hold your bike by the handlebars and run towards the elevated signs that say Mount Dismount Zone and Bike Out. It is between these two signs that you may get onto your bike and start pedaling. The Sprint Bike Course is a flat and fast, out and back 18-mile ride. Participants travel 9 miles south along the shoreline of Green Bay before turning around at George Pinney County Park and returning along the same route. After returning to the park, you must dismount in the same Mount Dismount Zone before entering the transition area. For more details on the bike course, I would encourage you to review the maps available online and in the printed weekend event guides, or consider taking a drive along it prior to race morning. The bike courses for the Door County Triathlon are well marked with both painted arrows and elevated signs. Arrows and signs are located before and after every turn on the route. There are also signs at every mile interval. The elevated signs are blue 2-foot-high stake signs in the ground that say official course route on them. There will be 2 Door County Sheriff's Department deputies and Sturgeon Bay police officers at all major intersections for your protection. At minor intersections, volunteers will be present to help ensure you don't get lost. Ultimately, you are responsible for your own safety and for knowing the course. The out and back portion of the course is closed to motor vehicle traffic to prevent motorist-bicycle collisions. Residents are advised each year via mail, robocalls, and public notices about the event taking place. That said, there are numerous driveways and not everybody pays attention to public notices. Be alert to the possible presence of motor vehicles on all sections of the course. Course corners and turnarounds are swept free of gravel by volunteers on race eve. You should still be mindful of your speed in these areas to avoid a crash or sliding out. The Sprint Triathlon has a bottle handout at the start, in the transition area, and at the turnaround, mile 9. Both areas offer 20-ounce Gatorade Endurance Formula bottles and regular water bottles with squirt caps. The transition area handout is open in the early morning hours. To save time, you can grab bottles in the transition area and place them in the bottle cages on your bike prior to the start of the race in the morning. At every bottle handout, there will be medical personnel available if you need first aid. Watch for the red shirts. There will also be porta potties available at these locations. At the Door County Triathlon, USA Triathlon rules are enforced by certified USA Triathlon officials. These officials will be roaming the transition area in the morning to ensure equipment compliance and will be riding on the back of motorcycles during the bike portion of the event. They will impose penalties and even disqualify participants who violate certain rules. Some of the rules that participants have been penalized for include drafting. During the bike portion of the race, you are not allowed to linger in the draft zone directly behind another participant. The draft zone measures approximately 7 feet wide by 23 feet, about 3 bike lengths long. You may enter this zone when passing, but you have only 15 seconds to pass or you must drop back. Time penalties will be assessed for violation. 3 penalties results in disqualification. Blocking. When a fellow participant's front wheel has passed your bike's front wheel, you have been passed and must drop back, allowing them to overtake you. Doing otherwise is blocking and will also incur penalties. Helmets. Bike helmets must be worn. Not wearing a bike helmet results in automatic disqualification. Bar ends. Bar ends are the plugs at the ends of your handlebar tubes. These prevent the handlebars from becoming potentially lethal in the event of a crash. The lack of bar ends will result in automatic disqualification. Crossing the center line. Crossing the center line of the road can put yourself and others in serious jeopardy and will also result in automatic disqualification. MP3 players. Having an MP3 player or even a smartphone visible on your person or on your bike violates USA Triathlon rules and will incur penalties. Littering. Although you may toss empty bike bottles or wrappers to the side of the road in the immediate vicinity of a bottle handout area, throwing garbage in other stretches of the road is considered littering and will incur time penalties. If you are penalized or disqualified, this information will appear on your results. The penalties will be posted on a board near the results tent in the finish area. The head referee or other officials will be on hand to answer any questions you have if you incur a penalty. For a complete list of rules for the sport, go to usatriathlon.org. After finishing the bike portion of the race, you will put on your running shoes and head out for the final stage of the triathlon, the run. The Door County Triathlon Run course starts by exiting Murphy Park via a path winding out through the old stone pillars that once designated the main entrance to the park. The Door County Sprint Run consists of a 3.1 mile, 5 kilometer out and back course along Horseshoe Bay Road, north of Murphy Park. After exiting the park, you'll run along the right side of the road past the gated parking fields towards Egg Harbor. Just before and just after the turnaround, you'll pass through a fluid station in front of the Shallows Resort. When you return to Murphy Park, it's a final turn into the park's main entrance and across the finish line. Please remember that participants should travel along whichever side of the road the mile marker and arrow signs are located on. Also, MP3 players and smartphones should not be carried visibly on the course, since doing so violates USA Triathlon rules and incurs a penalty. There are 3 opportunities for fluids during the sprint run: at the start, at mile 1.3, and again through the same station at mile 2.1. Each station offers Gatorade, then water, then cups of ice. Each station also has a medical tent and a table with Vaseline if you're experiencing chafing, a common problem during a hot run. GU Energy Gel will be available at the start of the run, just prior to the fluids. The Door County Triathlon is known for its outstanding scenery, its solid organization, but also for its finish line celebration. We want your last memories of your day here to be ones that you'll never forget. The finish chute is located right along the main entrance to Murphy Park. This makes it easily accessible for family, friends, and fellow participants to wait and cheer for you when you cross the finish line. After you cross the finish line, you'll pass through the medical zone where the team from Ministry will assess whether you need any help. There will be cooling tubs available there if you need to cool down. You can collect your medal and exit the finish chute. After that, it's time to celebrate. The Finish Area Festival includes live music, pulled pork sandwiches or black bean burgers, roast corn on the cob, beer, water, and soda. Each participant bib includes vouchers for a sandwich and corn, along with 2 vouchers for a beer or soda. Food and beverages are also available for purchase for friends and family. The finish area also includes a decorative finisher arch, where you can take your photo or have our professional photographers do it for you. The Door County Triathlon offers free and unlimited digital downloads of photos for participants each year. The award ceremonies take place on the entertainment stage each day. The Sprint Award Ceremony takes place at 11:30 a.m. on Saturday, while the Half Iron Award Ceremony starts at 3 p.m. on Sunday. Finally, please remember that all participants, friends, and family are invited to attend the Tri-Tiki Party, which takes place on the beach at Murphy Park on Sunday night following the Half Iron. A large bonfire, tiki torches, clever costumes, and dance party DJ music are a perfect way to celebrate your achievement and end the weekend in Door County. Food, beer, and soda will be available for purchase at the Tiki Party. dress in your best Hawaiian apparel, and dance the night away with whatever energy you have left. My team and I will see you there. On behalf of our entire staff, the Board of Directors, our sponsors, and our charity partners, thank you for choosing the Door County Triathlon. We hope you have an outstanding day, and we look forward to seeing you back next year. As always, may you be tough enough to conquer the bluff.